Being black is such a wild experience because it's like everyone genuinely does want to be you, but they try so hard to act like they don't, but it's so weird that they do. So I'm at work, right? And I have my wig band over my wig because I just have my wig band on, huh? And my coworker's trying to clown me. Mind you, this is a brown guy from the GTA. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay with me. So he's trying to clown me like, oh, why you have that on? And I'm like, because I didn't feel like gluing down my wig. And he was like, oh, because you don't want the line to show. I'm like, oh, someone's been around black people. And he goes, can't even get a breath in. This man jumps down my throat. I grew up around more black people than you did. Okay. I grew up in Rexdale. I grew up around more black people than you did. Not like I was raised by black people or anything. Not like, what are we talking about? What are we talking? Like, why are you trying to out Negro me? Huh? I grew up in Rexdale. I grew up in Rexdale. Okay. But like, okay, like it's just so crazy. And then I'm like, bro, why do you want to be black so bad? I don't want to be black. Who wants to be black? I'm just saying I grew up around black people. Congratulations. I like what the
This is so funny because this goes back to something I've talked about on YouTube many times. People really think that blackness is contagious. Don't nobody care about you growing up around all black people. What do that have to do with anything? I am black. You are not black. It don't matter how many black people you grew up around. What are you saying? But let's just go ahead and get into this. Now, I've seen biracials and suburban black people share stories about this same thing, right? So, biracials have, on a number of occasions, talked about how, a white person will get a tan and then be like, oh, look, I'm darker than you, I'm blacker than you. Like, now, of course, biracials are not black, but I mean, they're half black, right? Clearly, okay, in the case of biracials who are half black, right? And then I've heard suburban black people talk about how, they don't speak AAVE, they don't sound like a black person. And white people will be like, oh yeah, I sound blacker than you, right? So I'm sharing all this to share a point. Okay? Look at me, listen to how I sound, and be aware of the fact that I am from Detroit, right? Because of these things, I don't encounter this in real life. No white person can tan dark enough to be like, oh, I'm darker than you. I sound black. I speak AVE. No white person gonna ever sound blacker than me. You know what I'm saying? No white person can ever say, oh, I grew up around more black people than you. I'm from Detroit, right? So this doesn't happen to me in real life. But it does happen to me on the internet, right? So on the internet, people, again, they can't say nothing about the way that I look, not looking black enough or not sounding black enough or not being from somewhere with enough black people, right? But they'll point out little stupid shit to try to pick away at my blackness, right? I've had people comment before, oh, you play the violin, you're not even a real black person. Like, what? I've had people comment, oh, you play chess, you're not black, I'm blacker than you. What are you talking about? But this goes back to my point though. These people are completely delusional. Literally. It's the fact that you can be the blackest black person in the world. You can be the blackest black person in the world. Like, look at me, baby. There's no confusion. I grew up around all black people. I sound like I'm black, right? But people will still find some little weird shit to try to take away from your blackness. Like they'll be like, oh, you can read, you're literate. Oh, you're not even really black. I can't read. I'm blacker than you. Like, what are you saying? What exactly are you saying, right? But you really got to ask yourself, what is up with this? Like, what is going on? And this really goes back to my point, though. A lot of people think that they can just step into blackness however they feel like it. Because you notice black people don't do this in reverse. We don't be around white people and be like, oh, wow, like I season my food less than you. I guess, I guess that I'm whiter than you. We don't be around Indians. Oh, I'm mustier than you. I guess I'm more Indian than you. We don't do that, right? But you all are always attempting to be blacker than us. Why exactly is that? But that goes back to my point about how these people really feel entitled to black spaces and blackness in general. You sitting here trying to tell a black person that you blacker than them. Are you out of your mind? But I mean, these people are so used to being allowed into our spaces that they really think that this makes some sense. I would never tell an Indian person, oh, I grew up around more Indian people than you. I'm more Indian than you. I would never tell an Indian person that because I don't want to be Indian. Like, I don't. And that's not a knock at Indians or any sort of jab or anything. No, I want to be black. I'm happy that I'm black, right? So I'm confused on why non-black people, period, because it's not just Indians. It happened to be an Indian example in this story, but it's not just them, right? Why y'all be talking about, oh, I'm blacker than you? Because y'all want to be black. Y'all have this weird thing. Where you don't like black people, but you want to be us, though. It's this weird envy sort of thing. I can't even really explain it because y'all racist as hell. But at the same time, y'all be in love with us. Y'all are obsessed with us. Y'all really want to be us. That's what it really be boiling down to.